So some news has came out about Deadlock and its brand new mode that's possibly coming to the game, which I'm very excited about. So the leak comes from a leaker, which is called Minesweeper, and his, I guess, connection friend that has insider knowledge of Valve and Deadlock's production. So he said Deadlock might feature something similar to PVE, but it will be tied to skins, something like missions where you have to defend against waves of a new type of enemy. This is somehow connected to the game's lore, kind of like missions set to small locations. I don't know what this will be tied to, but they mentioned it in a recent survey. Don't share this, which of course he shared it. But, that is actually crazy to me. And then Minesweeper said, it's real and it's 1-to-1 risk of rain. It's on a new map, quote unquote maps, question mark. Super early along though, wouldn't be done for months. Kill waves of mobs to get money, use that money to open boxes and get items. And then when you're strong enough, you can do the shrine. So this is actually insane to me because me playing Deadlock, and I've always enjoyed Deadlock as a third person game, like I said, like Smite. So, I always enjoyed Smite 1 back in the past. They ruined it with Smite 2. But, Smite 1 was the OG good game of third person MOBA. And now this game is like that, but better, and it being third person in PvP already, them adding a PVE mode that's more casual, that you go in there and you kill a bunch of waves. It really reminds me of actually Team Fortress 2 man versus machine. If you guys ever played Team Fortress 2, they have a man versus machine mode to where you kill a bunch of bots, a big wave, and you just survive. You go through that and you get a bunch of items and you can get stronger. And this basically sounds like that, like how Valve is doing with Deadlock, which is very interesting to me because, we have that in Team Fortress 2 and they want to bring it over, which is very nice because I love the man versus machine in Team Fortress 2. It sucks not many people play it anymore, but they're coming out with a new update for that game. But other than that, it's pretty fire that they are adding a mode like this. What do you guys think? Leave a comment down below and let me know, because a PvE mode in Deadlock, what? And especially on new maps as well, because we have this one big map that's getting updated constantly, of course, a New York City map, and that's cool and all. I love this map. I think the map is amazing, but for the most part, you're going to want to have new maps for this mode. You're going to want to have little tiny locations as well, which will be very, very nice. So to see Deadlock get fleshed out like this is awesome. And to even think about Deadlock's future as in the new maps, it just blows my mind because the map is so good that we have right now with the lanes. And it's just so good, like the artwork, the textures, like everything you walk around, it feels like a New York City back in the times. Also, to kill mobs to get money, that really reminds me of, like I said, man versus machine, because when you kill a machine, you do get money to spend on items, and you also open boxes as well. That comes with the question, will this game include loot boxes as well? I hope it doesn't include loot boxes per se. They probably will, but I hope it doesn't. I hope it just includes these boxes to open and get items, and maybe they'll change that around a little bit. But it seems like a little bit of randomness there where you open a box, you may get a rare item, and then you walk around with that rare item and you get stronger and stuff like that. And then you'll be able to do a shrine. So the end of it, fighting all the whatever they are, the mobs, the new creatures, or that new design that they're going to have, which makes me want to talk about that actually. What creatures will they have? It's going to be into the lore, apparently, of the story. And we haven't really been seeing too much of, creatures other than, obviously, the minions walking around with the candles and the guardians, the walkers. So you're going to be getting more minions or just a whole new creature to them, which is going to be very, very cool to see, because with this past update that we got, which revamped Deadlock overall, and it made it even huger, which a lot of people are playing it now, is the new update with the new bosses and the main bases when you spawn, and they're just so sick. They're freaking awesome. Everything to this game so far, like the guardians, the minions, the walkers, looks so good. So me to even think about like new creatures and everything like that, new opponents to new mobs to kill in like a PvE mode, it just gets me so excited, along with the new maps, like I said, and the items as well. What could the items be? Like, you know, things that make you go faster, like run faster or shoot faster, things like that to defeat a shrine, it says. So whenever you're strong enough, you have to go defeat the shrine, and whatever that shrine is, it could be like another boss, obviously, to defeat, and a lot more minions and a lot more other stuff to defeat. So, you know, the shrines remind me of like the two towers on the right side and the left side of the main boss. It could be like that, where you have towers to kill, and then the shield kind of goes down or something like that, and then you kill the main boss, which could be amazing, because I know Valve, they want to make something amazing. You know, they're always big or nothing. They're never really like, let's try a little bit, a little tiny update and see what happens. I mean, they are, but at the same time, they do huge, these massive updates. So like right now we have that massive update that came out, and then we're going to get this massive update, and this is also going to introduce skins. This could be the introduction of skins, the PvE mode, but it will be tied to skins. That's what the guy said. We're going to see how the skins work. We're going to see if this is going to be introduction to skins. So like, instead of buying the skins with real money, they're just going to introduce this mode to see how players react to these skins that they're going to add. Maybe the skins are going to be reskins of characters, like, you know, different colors, or they're going to be fledged out brand new, like legendary, cool, different skins for characters. Like Infernus, he's a mobster kind of. So like, you could change him up and make him have a big coat on, like a pimp or something. Something cool. Reminds me of the character, I forgot his name. If you guys can leave a comment down below and let me know. The character that was in Smite, where he was like the flame character. I think his name was Ignis, something like that. He had like a pimp coat kind of skin as well in that game. So like, if you could make a skin like that for Infernus, or something else that kind of plays along with his lore and his character, but change his character completely, it would be sick. It would actually be cool as well to change the effects of these characters' abilities. Furnace ults, you can change that explosion to like a different color or to a different animation. I really want to see that. I don't want to see them just make, you know, reskins and recolors and change a skin completely, but have no effects to anything else. I need some effects. I need the abilities to be different. I need the abilities to act, you know, not act different, act the same exact way, but I want them to look different. For example, like Haze's knife. Instead of throwing a knife, you could be throwing like an axe, for example, and then make a different sound when they get slapped and like a different animation when they get slapped. The same animation of them sleeping, but different things coming out of them, different effects coming out of them. Like the Z's could be different. The whole like aura of the effect and colors and stuff could be different. The sound when hitting them for sleep is different, you know, makes like a ping or whatever the character, like if it's like if it's like a Haze skin that's a neon skin, a neon retro skin or whatever, like just to say, it could be like when you hit the character, maybe like a neon sound, you know, like a Tron sound, like, you know, like a robot-y sound, instead of making the regular sleep sound when you sleep somebody with a knife. It's just things like that. Or like when you do Haze's ultimate, instead of the guns, it'll shoot like lasers or something. You know, something crazy that adds to the skins. I really want to see these skins be really advanced like that, instead of just being normal abilities just to keep the game sane like that. Just make an option to turn that off. Just make it so if someone gets confused about the skins, make it so there's an option in the game for everybody to turn off if you want to see the skin abilities or not. I think that'll be fine with me personally. And I think it would be sick. Once they start adding skins to this game, I think this game's going to blow up even more, because it's a third-person game, and Valve really is going for those skins in third person. You know, TF2 is a first-person game mostly, but you can also do taunts and stuff, so they made it a little bit third-person. But that game sells a lot of skins. Games live for years and years and years off of skins alone. And them even thinking about making skins for Deadlock, and are going to, of course, to make a lot of money, it's just crazy to me. This game is most likely going to be free to play, and then they're going to have skins, which is going to be amazing. But other than the skins that are going to be getting awarded in this PvE mode, which is going to be really cool, I think this is going to be a good way to test it out, test out the skins, see how they are, and see how the people react in the community to them, and then change them upon that. And then in the future, when the game goes in beta, and then when the game fully releases, they'll probably have the skins be fleshed out, and then you can buy the skins, because the game's going to be free, most likely. So yeah, this mode is going to be insane. I'm really excited for this PvE mode. This is kind of like the first things we heard about it. in a long time. I haven't really heard about a PvE mode in a long time, only little rumors, but this looks like it confirms it if this source is, real. And usually Minesweeper is telling facts because he knows people in the community. Of course, he knows people at Valve. So this is getting a lot of attention. What do you guys think? Leave a comment down below what you guys think about this PvE mode. Are you guys excited for it? Are you guys not excited for it? You guys want to just have it PvP? Let me know. I think it's a good thing to be open to this because it will add another mode to the game. So we got Brawl mode, and then we got the regular mode, and then we got this mode, which this is going to be insane. I can't wait for the next huge update for Deadlock in a couple of coming months. And yeah, make sure you subscribe to this channel for Deadlock only news and Deadlock only gameplay, etc. And yeah, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers on this channel. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a great day or night, and peace.